What if pyramids are just the tip of the iceberg? I decided to explore that concept by building it in Minecraft. As far as I know, real-life pyramids aren't made out of end stone, but I mixed it in just to add some texture. After a small amount of terraforming, I started work on carving the exterior of the vault. I like to imagine that you pull some lever and then the pyramid rises to reveal this monstrosity. After I crafted the desired shape, I changed parts of the vault to an array of orange blocks. I had to engrave Egyptian symbols to the front of the vault to avoid being harassed by Anubis himself. The Eye of Horus was especially difficult to pull off, but after a ton of fiddling, I managed to get it to resemble my reference image. Subsequently, I designed the bronze serpent and pasted it to the other side. I felt something was missing, so I added a low-tier balcony and stairway. To start off the interior of the desert vault, I created the block palette for the floor. Then I carved out the interior of the vault for obvious reasons. The first thing I constructed in the vault was the design for the Egyptian pillars. It actually turned out pretty nicely. And yes, at one point I was considering using Minecraft paintings to serve as engravings. I copied the pillar 5 times and then spent time designing a cornice for the vault. I was genuinely surprised with how well it turned out. Next, I quickly constructed the platform and designed the staircase. I planned on engraving the walls, but I kind of like maintaining my sanity. To finish off the build, I created what the vault is protecting. I spent way too long on this because I couldn't get it to look good. Sculpting is much easier on a larger scale. After smoothing out the landscape, I settled on making a small oasis right next to the vault. Honestly, this is where most of my time was devoted for terraforming, because what am I supposed to do for the rest of the desert? It's literally a desert, so trying to spice it up is like putting sprinkles on a murder victim. After a lot of experimenting, I sprinkled some dead bushes and stone. In hindsight, expanding the desert would probably have been the best way to improve it.
Alright, Michael, what do you think about the build? This build is so good. I would let this build do things to me. Any other build. And like and subscribe.